This is your gold seasonality update as of 12/30/2021. Let's go. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the trading agent, and this is my stock, Bitcoin, gold, and silver daily market recaps. Please subscribe if you like what you see. Thank you. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the trading agent, and we're going to review gold today. There's been some questions about it, and people are they're not really understanding the bigger trade that's going on here. So first one thing I want to start off is this is a video from December 10th. Talked about why gold was stuck into the middle of December. If you go back and look at it, you can see, I don't drop the reasons in the description, but it is in this video. Quad witching, FOMC, end of tax year positioning, seasonality. So that's why gold was stuck. Now you need to look at what the seasonal flows for gold typically are. Starting December, run. Typically it's a 5, 10, I've even seen 15% runs in gold every year in December. Now, when I say every year, it's more like, I would say 80%. So 4 out of 5 years it happens, 5 out of 6 years it happens. I wouldn't overthink it. But then, so you look at this and you go, okay, I know that's what's going on. Let's look at the charts, because the charts say a lot too. Let's start out on the monthly, because I've been telling people for a while, gold is in a absolute monster cup and handle formation since 2011. I didn't really like how it hit the 20-month, bounced, failed, came back, but it's compressing under this downtrend. So you see that on the monthly. Keep it simple. Monthly takes months. You never know how long that's going to take. The weekly, you can see. Here's another little trend. We're compressing under this. We're making higher lows and higher highs. All right. Well, here's where it got interesting with the middle of December, because you had the FOMC. And let's really zoom in here, because I want people to see how this was a monster bear trap, in my opinion. But they just, it's hard to see at the, as it's happening, because everyone's like, oh, it's just, what's going on here? Gold's so slow. And it's like, okay, here you go. This was a novice gap. End of the up move, right? We talked about this trend line very, very much. Talked about it. We said, hey, watch this trend line, because if it fails up here, you're going to have problems. Well, guess what? It failed. You jumped up here. There's a novice gap. It was the end of the move. And then you had the pro gap. Big monster move. Down, 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 down. Notice here that the volume was getting unlocked. You can see it very clearly. Let me drop some arrows. Sellers, I would say those are the two biggest seller days, but they got washed out. So if you were selling these days, you're getting into a trap. And this is why it can be so hard for people who don't even understand intraday bull traps to really understand how a weekly or monthly, daily, bear trap, bull trap works out. And so if you keep that in mind, all right, here's these big moves. Professional gap, sell, sell, sell. Then you had the Fed move. We back tested another trend line. Again, that's why I draw these charts. And if my charts are sloppy to you, well, guess what? You draw these lines, you leave them there until they don't matter anymore. And as long as they keep mattering, they stay on my chart. So I apologize that I got 7 or 8 lines here just all over the place. But here we go. We back tested a trend line. What happens? Boom, rallied back. Look at the volume. Look at this volume. Okay, so if you were a bear, you had to be on red alert that was a bear trap closing, because all these people now who are shorting and selling were wrong. And this action was just waiting for, that's the whole video is about, because it was stuck. You get the gap down. Again, a novice gap at the end of a move, and the direction was changing. So look here. You had the Fed day. It held. Then you had a professional gap. That is what you wanted to see the very following day. We rallied up. Again, we tested another trend line, and now we've been chopping. Here's the thing you got to watch. This is just chop. End of year, there can be still tax loss selling into the end of the year, until literally the last day of the year. But if you go back to the chart, what are we looking for? We're looking for this bottom in December, for the rally of the move. So you don't even have to think too hard about it. If you know you're getting in here, you let it run. You set your stop. This might take this might take weeks and months. You project out. My goal is, if you hold options, at least they go through March of next year. That has to be the obvious truth here. So now that it's just channeling up, notice higher high, higher high, higher lows. I mean, again, it's not the cleanest chart, but that's where I try to explain to you, like, you can't know every day's action. You can't predict the news. You can't predict the reaction to the news. I mean, there are people who pay a lot of money to make that happen, but I personally honestly don't give a shit, because this is what I needed to see. Like, again, when we were talking about, like, this gap down, I was like, ooh, this is bad. Under the 20-day, not good. Well, of course, it got stuck until the middle of December. So if you're paying attention, you're watching the videos, you're learning, like, hey, the professional gaps, bear and bull traps, where the volume's at. And keep in mind, and that when we speak of volume, notice the volume at price nodes here. You know, like, this is the big area where all the volume is unlocked. You can see it a little better on the weekly. You can see, like, this area in the 160s is where all the volume is. So before you take out this downtrend, if I'm the market maker, I'm trying to get as many shares as I can in this area. So then when I, add a wholesale price, because again, if it's a wholesale price, the market maker wants it at such price, because I think they can see very obvious. Cup and handle. How long the handle takes to resolve, that's hard to know. But keep in mind, if you on a relative pullback, it's all really shallow. Pretend this was a daily chart. You'd be going, man, that's high and tight. That looks really good. Well, why can't people look at the monthly chart and just know, hey, I got to be patient here. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It might not happen next week, but in time, that's the trade. So if you got something in, say, your 401k, your Roths, your IRAs, your long-term accounts, you don't care. You're letting this run. So I hope this makes sense. Like, I'm trying to put the pieces together on why I am very bullish gold the next couple of weeks, months, whatever you want to call it. If you have questions, stop by the Discord room. If you subscribe. I mean, there's a lot to learn in trading, and I'm always studying. I've always learned from my mistakes and other mistakes in 20 years of doing this crap. There's a lot to know. And if you feel like you're on your own doing this and you want to join a group that just chats about this stuff and actually honest and really trying to help, come by the Discord room and also subscribe. You will see there's a lot to learn. The back to basics, all the live trade alerts. There's a ton of stuff going on. So I hope this helps, and I will catch you guys and gals.
Thanks for watching. For more trading knowledge and insight, click on the videos on the right, and also join the Discord room. Link is in the description below. If you have any questions, please stop on by the Discord room and let's chat. Thank you.